Good afternoon, Jason Phillips from Appraise. Going to be working and talking fast today because it's starting to rain and I want to get a test drive in before it's pouring. Storms are a-coming. This is a 1976 Cadillac Eldorado Amber Firemist. I can't remember the specific name of this color. I want to say Amber Metallic Firemist. It's a beautiful car, a very rare color for 1976. Not your typical silver, black, or red. Not a Firethorn car. And it is in beautiful shape. It's a 10,000 mile survivor car with all OEM paint. Paint reads 3.5 to 5.0. It's 4.5 there on the gauge all the way around the car. I'll hit the low spots where you would suspect paint work just to show you that it doesn't have any. Have still photos of all this I took for my client. Car's being advertised for sale. If you're interested in a beautiful 10,000 mile car, give us a call, 800-301-3886. Let's take it for a ride so we can get out. 10,172 on the odometer. Quick look as I'm getting in. You can see the overall condition. Seat bolster doesn't really have any visible entry wear coming in. Sill plates are in really nice shape. Jambs are in beautiful shape. Sometimes you can just take a quick look at the driver's side of a vehicle and make some very quick assessments. That being that, hey man, this thing's in nice shape. Car starts up nice, idles quietly. We just pulled it out of the garage. No unusual noise or issues. I'll turn this back on once we get to a main road. Before I pull out on the main road and it really starts raining hard, I wanted to give a better visual of the car because it may be messy by the time I get back. This car still got the original Michelin H Series 15-inch tires on it. So I'm not going to go too fast. They look good. They don't really have any major issues. The car doesn't have any unusual ripples or excessive stone splash. Original OEM caps are in really magnificent shape. The car could stand a wax. It's just been sitting in part of a 12-car estate collection that's being liquidated. This is no doubt one of the nicest cars in the collection. It's a 500 cubic inch, fully loaded. No cracks in the windshield. Again, jambs are in spectacular shape. I have over 150 still photos of this car that can be studied by any potential purchaser. But I'm here to tell you, if you know my work and you've seen some of my videos, there's not much really to discuss. There's a scratch on top of the back deck lid I will wipe down and show you at the end of this video where somebody might have set a box or something on the trunk lid and I didn't try to polish it out, but you get the picture. It's a very, very nice, so it's really nice underneath as well. Here's a flaw. I like to talk about flaws. We got a cracked plastic liner panel, original piece. Could be glued back together, but that is definitely a flaw. This scratch on the deck lid you're really not going to see, but it's right about in here somewhere. I will show it to you later. Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain again. All right, let's roll out there. First to second, no problem. Second to third, no problem. Must have some Rain-X on the windshield because wipers are not necessary. Okay, 50 miles an hour. Hands off the wheel. Stabbing the brake pedal. Car slowing down nicely. Shifting nicely. I feel really bad getting this car all rained on. I guess in the day it didn't matter. they drove them in the rain every day. But it's not that way anymore. And I don't know if this car ever got driven much in the rain, but I will run through some of the features shortly. The turn signals are working left and right. Windows are going up and down as they should. Horn operates. The radio, power seat, power antenna. Which side you're on. All right. Thank you, Glenn Fry, for the assistance. So there is not really much negative to report about this vehicle. I will give you all the pinpoint all the spots. The convertible top, I believe, on this vehicle is original. We'll do a quick kick down here. Passing gear does work. There's 70. There's my hands off the wheel again. There's the brakes stopping. She runs good. Nothing to complain about. Wipers are sweeping. Fuel gauge, hard to see in this video, but it's working. Power locks. Actuating as they should. Upper fender side marker lights are in fact blinking and operating. Odometer is turning. Car still has a hood emblem, that's nice. Amazingly, even the digital clock is actually turning. I don't know if it keeps good time, but it's turning. Got the air conditioning on currently, and I'm not getting a drop in temperature. I can't see it. It says 86. We'll check it again in a minute. Okay, the rain is let up. We have been blessed. I'll give you another quick tutorial around the car, just so that you can feel free to hit the pause button and study some of these images, as opposed to having to download over 150 photos. So magnetic adhesion is excellent. Digital paint meter, when it's reading below 20 mils of thickness, implies that a business card magnet will stick anywhere you put it. And this is the case on this vehicle. I know I rushed down the driver's side. There is 5 ahead of the right front tire, 3 behind it, 2.5 bottom of the door corner, 2.5 bottom of the door corner, and here where you'd expect rot, we got 4.0. Tire splash, we got 3.5. There you have it. That's a fantastic car, 10,000 mile car. People often say, hey, how do I know? You know, it's a question I get a lot. If I'm really looking at a low miles car, how can I authenticate that? And that is a great question. Because miles could definitely be over on a vehicle, you know, 100, 200,000, if you don't have the benefit of a 6-digit. One of the things I look for is hairline scratches and the glass roller marks, I call them, from worn guides, and the way the windows travel up and down. These windows don't have any. And arm sweat wear. Driver's side I already showed you. There's the passenger side. Level of finger button wear on the chrome. Door handle regulator wear. Corners of the doors, those are all OEM factory. That's what it should look like. Take a good look so you know, if you're looking at something, how to compare it. No real heel kicks and sill plate entry wear. There's a little bit here, but I didn't really even try to buff on it. And just not much. So somebody's feet are dragging over that. Seat belt buckles. I mean, everybody didn't wear their seat belts in 1976, but you can generally tell condition of a seat belt. That's a date-coded seat belt at the bottom. Seat entry wear, we talked about that earlier. These cars are common for developing hairline cracks in the dash. If you've looked at them before, you've seen them. This doesn't have any. If your keys are swinging on your ignition for a long period of time, you're going to have scratches all around the ignition key tumbler. Steering wheel is remarkably untouched. No real knob wear, sweat wear, chrome wear on the radio knobs. Before I crawl under the car and open up the hood, let me point out a few flaws. There's a little bit of a flaw there in that pinstripe. Somebody ran a buffing wheel here on the car. There's a little bit of compound in this crevice that probably will come out with a little bit of energy. Looks like I'm getting some of it off right now. A little paint flaw, a little dirt in the paint that I'm guessing that was left the factory that way. Belt moldings are in fantastic shape. This original chrome does not really have any visual pitting. General light, if any, patina. Very nice shape. No overspray obviously on the seals. Power antenna goes up and down as it should. Wheel covers have probably never been off these wheels. I generally look for hammer marks around the edges where they might have banged them back on, and nothing really to report there. Sometimes these plastic urethane spacers, dividers in the bumpers are cracked on the old Cadillacs, and these are all in really nice shape. No teeth missing from the grille, and the chrome plating it still presents very nicely. No real age to speak of. Hood ornament is beautiful. And again, still photos. You can do a better job studying them. Car spent some time at the fabulous, famous Woodward Dream Cruise. Very straight down both sides. No real damage to report. There's a possible, maybe a door ding somewhere in here, barely perceptible. I thought I saw earlier, but in all fairness, trying to point it out, I actually don't see it right now. Maybe you can see it as I move the camera up and down the car. Very impressive. The bumper rubber strips are in really nice shape. They've grayed out a little bit, as you would expect, but the bumper plating has held up marvelous. No cracks in the lenses. There's a little hairline scratch right there from about there to there, and up here on the deck lid there's a scratch here. There is a little finger grouping of scratches. Follow my hand. Whoop, I guess I gotta follow my hand. There's a little finger grouping of scratches on top of the deck lid that could probably polish up a little. I don't think I would get into trying to do anything else. One might be a little bit too deep to come out. So that's some realistic, honest paint damage. And a little scratch right along in here. Can you see that? That feels like it might come off actually. Canvas in wonderful shape. Okay, let's crawl into the car, look the suspension over and the floor pans, and make this a shorter video. I'd make it longer, but there's just really that much more to talk about. It's a fabulous survivor car. Power trunk release. All lights are operating. Bright light indicator. Clock is turning. Remote mirror operates. So does this one. Trunk's real original Space Saver tire is present. Original parade boot hard shell cover. Those are rare. Original jack is in place. Some interesting collection of 8-tracks. Spare original trim. I did not pull all this apart, but I can tell you from looking underneath the vehicle, it is as it was, as it should be. Jams are in really nice shape. They have not been detailed, of course. No rust in the lip of the trunk deck. All right. Power trunk pull down is working. No missing trim. Tires still look amazing for 10,000 mile tires. They're not really dry, cracked, or decayed. Car's been in long-term indoor storage. 235R15X. Old Michelin's. I don't think I showed the windows going up and down yet, but very, very nice. They're I'm doing that intentionally, just showing that they're not dragging at all. They're not binding at all. Nice, fast action. Not a lot of wear. And again, a good solid look at the trim plate and the switches. They could be cleaned, but they're not pitted up or nasty. No visual arm sweat, wear, or cracking going on the driver's side armrest. Let's assume people played by the rules and they did wear their seat belts. You can see there's not many scratches from connecting the buckle. And the nylon strap is in really nice shape. Nobody spilled any coffee on it. All right, we'll jump under the hood, then jump under the car. Also, brake pedal wear. Take a good study. 10,000 miles. That's what it should look like, except a little bit cleaner. Check the oil before I took off. It's clean and up to par. Exhaust manifolds show some typical surface rust. Engine trim paint is in good shape. Brackets on the horns are showing some surface rust, so are the horn units themselves. These obviously need a good cleanup, but it's not ingrained, it's not deep. Some original crayon marks. Let me see, can you see that? Yeah, right there. Original crayon marks present. Dots and dates on the coil indicating that the wires were plugged in, checked. Original stripe on the alternator, crayon mark showing it had been checked. Car's fitted with a new AC Delco battery. A little bit of seepage on that valve cover bolt, but doesn't look like anything's leaking down on the manifold to speak of. Original stickers on AC components. I did let the AC run a little longer. I did not get it to blow any more cold, so we obviously need service. Original trim tag is in place. Amber Glow Metallic, Amber Glow Mist. I'm having a hard time remembering this color code and exactly how it's described. No damage to the core support. These rubber cushions show a little bit of cracking. Nothing too whacked out. Original radiator core is in really nice shape. 500 cubic inch motor. Front wheel drive tranny tag is still clean and real easy to read. Shift's nice. Fluid is up to proper level. Don't think it's ever been changed. Original stampings on the top of the steering box. Just a very, very original car. We'll climb under it so we can keep this video from getting any longer than it is. Sorry to run on, but trying to be thorough on this vehicle so that potential buyer has a really good feel for it. Turns out this driveway has the perfect slope. Built-in ramp system here without having to jack it up today. Frame rails and floor pans look like they were sufficiently undercoated in the day. Nothing that I saw underneath the car fresh or unusual. These cross members coming over These were not painted or treated from the factory, so you can see they've got some surface rust buildup on them. Another great sign on an original car, you've got an original AC Delco catalytic converter that's still quiet. It's actually in pretty good shape. Exhaust system's original on this vehicle. And again, not much to discuss underneath. We'll take a quick look at the suspension, but good solid factory original overlap seams apparent. A little bit of dampness or seepage, but nothing active coming out of the bottom of the motor or the transmission. Okay, we're rolling again. I'm under the front of the car. This is the bumper extension, passenger side. We're going back along the frame rail, getting a look into the suspension. Original boots on original drive shafts, original stabilizer links. No repaint work done down here to speak of. Nothing I can see. Stabilizer bar bushings are good shape original. It's an old oil filter, so the oil hasn't been changed in a while. Front cross member doesn't appear to have been bottomed out on anything. Didn't see anything different on the other side. I'll give you a quick view of that as well. Even down low, the lenses and the plating is in a really, really nice shape. Lower grills, very nice shape, etc., etc. Okay, we're getting ready to wrap up here. Jason Phillips from Appraise. If this is the car that you dream of, and you can't live without this one in the side garage, give me a call, 800-301-3886. We are representing this car for sale for the estate. There are other cars you will soon see videos of. I'm afraid a couple of them are actually this nice. But it's hard pressed to find a car this original, this nice, this untouched, and this well kept. Quick shot of the rocker moldings. Got a paint chip there under that one. Struggling here to get myself out of the way. Quick look under the rear of the vehicle. There's the overlap tabs, alignment tabs on the original quarter panel splashes, factory spot welds. And take a peek up here into the splash area. Looks the same on both sides. Nothing's been done. Rear end of the car shows a straight tail panel, no collision damage. I don't believe the fuel tank's ever been out of it. And again, still photos. We'll verify any of these things that you want to look at more closely than what I've tried to slow down and show you today. Here's a good shot of the reflective quality of the paint. Emblem in my shirt, if I can get my phone out of the way. It's got the typical, the correct amount of, orange peel and nice visible reflection, as you would expect from 1976. Don't think I mentioned, but the windshield is in a very, very good shape. I did not see any wiper marks. I didn't see even any rock chips. As always, to be safe, I'm going to say there's at least one or two small nicks in the window, though they're not making themselves obvious. Convertible top's in great shape. Let's do a quick rundown on that. Forgot to mention, besides some original paperwork and from Cadillac Motor Division, original extra set of keys, and protector plate. Car appears to have $35,000 in insurance from Hagerty Classic Insurance out of Traverse City, Michigan. It's a great company. If I've got 11 cars with them, I like them. Interior lights are working, by the way. GM scissor top. I don't think I'm going to run the top down all the way and take photos. The sun's coming out, but I think we can get a good enough look at the top. And certainly if you were going to buy this car long distance and want to see it in its full glory, I don't even know if this top's been down much, because there really isn't much wrinklage going on in the C-pillars or sail panels, and the paint's really not even scraped up on the frame. So I'm going to guess this thing just hasn't spent much of its lifetime down, because these tops usually get kind of scratched up from the inside, but you can see it's top down. There we go. It's operating, going in. Kind of doing this all by myself today, so it's functional. It's working as it should. Electric rear defog or defog. Matches up as it should. One-handed. There we go. One heavy hand. Visor's in good shape. Lights work. Courtesy lights are functional, by the way. I don't know if I pointed that out again or not. All right, thanks again. You want to buy it, give me a call, 800-301-3886. Jason Phillips, leave a message. We'll get back to you. And or if I'm not on the road, I'll be happy to take your call. 9 to 5 Eastern Time. Have a great day.